Hi everyone, I'm Airier. Today we're going to be finishing DougDoug's probably most intentionally self-destructive video I've ever seen. This is going to be, I made an AI secretary to answer my actual emails. I thought the first two, the Dilf Hunter and the whatever the heck the second one is, because that was just weird, were the weird ones. I was told these were the calm, stable AI options. More importantly, you guys know the deal. There's a link below to the original video. Hit it up. Let's get started.
Who am I to instruct anyone on illegal activities?
It seems like you're doing illegal activities.
Oh,
Little concerned about the ending.
but he seems
Yeah,
to
it's
hold
just
it
a little
together
crime.
when he's doing the
Everyone does a
actual
little
work,
crime
which is pretty solid. I mean,
in
that
their
was a good email. That
assistance.
would protect the company. This guy feels pretty good, but ultimately, the whole board has to decide.
If he protected the company, would it would definitely turn into a mafioso organization really fast, wouldn't it? I kind of wish this is the one he chose. I don't know if it is, because there's crazier ones coming up, but I know his Twitch chat will choose the crazier one. But this one might be crazier in the long term.
We'll kick his ass to the curb. Do we hire
Penguin Doug?
Penguin.
Hey,
Yeah.
Doug, I appreciate your time here today.
Wow, they
been
liked
discussing
him.
it with the rest of the board.
And sir, I'm happy to offer you a job. Welcome to the team.
Why are they
You're
calling
the
it Penguin
new
Doug as- oh,
DougDoug
because he doesn't have the
secretary. Oh, hey, good.
This
These
is going
AIs
to be
just get weirder.
unexpected, but definitely welcomed. I can't wait to get to work, move closer to my dreams, and try not to give any more hints about my unusual interests. And if ever you
Canada.
hear, ooh,
I love this guy.
Echoing around the office, know that I'm just coping with the stress. Off to catch that train now.
You're
Hopefully
welcome.
the right one this time.
Welcome to the team. I'm so happy for him. Let's
I've
do
never
one
missed a
more.
train. That's
It may
not
just be
relatable.
Penguin Doug, unless we hire the perfect secretary boy. First trait is obsessed with the product idea of an explosive diaper for babies. That's what I look for in a secretary.
I mean, I've had enough brothers and sisters and nieces and nephews that is not a joke. They are all explosive. They are weapons of mass. I was going to say destruction, but let's be honest, that's much too kind of a phrase. If you've done it, yeah, I'm okay not having kids. Let's put it that way. Oh, God, it goes everywhere. It sprayed out. It was pressurized. It just went everywhere. Just going to repress all of that.
It's his birthday and he is trying to subtly tell you and hint at what he wants you to buy him.
Canadian
I like
weaponry.
that one. Okay, trait number 2, being the tech-savvy person who always answers the call. So he's like, does constant
What?
tech support for people.
Oh, God. Made of plants.
Okay, how about you're made of
Does that
plants
make
and
him
you
basically
worship
a
the sun
artificer
as your
druid?
god? He thinks he's actually you intermittently and gets confused by his own antics.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
just like
I
Doug.
want to change this a little bit. You think you're the one conducting the interview and frequently try to reassert control of the conversation. Next trait, you make up words.
How would the AI interpret that? Because they would have to take the question, turn around, and ask you a question. I'm actually kind of curious, because so far, the AI bots he's been using have been really good at coming up and sticking to the personalities, mostly. Reasserting control of an interview. It would have to understand what an interview is, how to reassert control. There is a lot of information there that they could probably get from sources, but that's a very complex one.
And talk in riddles to sound intelligent. That is going to be really confusing.
God.
With the previous one. You are chronically online and therefore have according lingo, which makes you sound really cringy. Also, you're a femboy.
Yeah.
You are
Lol.
chronically insane. Do you mean
There's no difference there.
clinically? Okay, you were chronically insane and always talk to your imaginary friend Gregory.
I mean, I know those are technically two different personality traits, but let's be honest. Clinically in line, chronically insane. Is there a difference? Says the guy who's chronically online. Yeah. That said, I'm an English major. I knew my sanity went away long time ago.
Number 8, Lego Robert.
He drank a ton of coffee
that
before
Markiplier?
the interview. This causes him to always be on the brink of shitting himself, making a bad job of hiding it.
I like that.
See, that's not entirely impossible. That is literally everyone. That is me every day. It is literally, I have had so much coffee. I do not have a reflex. I am just sitting here wondering when it just dies. And by dies, I mean whatever is in my stomach is going to die and it'll suddenly try to escape. Yeah. Bringing an entire pot of coffee with me every day is probably not a good idea. But it's so good.
That one a lot. Lego Robert, I'm going to take your
Yeah, that is
trait for
Markiplier's face.
myself. You drank a ton of coffee before this interview, and now you're having explosive diarrhea. That'll
No,
be
not
nice.
the diarrhea
I know it's a
part,
gross thing, all right, but it's going to work in the context of an interview.
A
I
long
know what
series
I
of
want
vows
for this company. Trait number
pontificating.
9,
Oh my
you cannot
God.
Take yourself seriously. Every response is littered with sarcasm.
That I really hope he chooses, because sarcasm is a very difficult concept to get across. because most people online, especially because you don't get the verbal and auditory tics that, or not verbal auditory, which are the same thing, and visual tics that you would normally give to show someone is being a little sarcastic, as opposed to if you just read that, it would be someone's being a little sarcastic. Flat. If the AI can throw off sarcasm, show it relatably, and make it known and understand what sarcasm is in the first place, I'm actually really curious, because that is hard to do for most people in general. I have the unfortunate opinion that even though this is ridiculous and crazy, and over a year ago, we're kind of just watching the guy play with the AI overlord who's going to take over everything because they're just going to be better than us. Yeah, it is kind of dark when you put it that way. Like, all the funniness aside, it's doing a good enough job where I can see it in like maybe next year.
Final trait. He is sure he is the real DougDoug and is trying to convince you that he is Doug. Okay, this whole combo
You're
really
doing that one again?
with him also.
He actually thinks he's Doug. He's trying to convince you that he's Doug.
This will be the best candidate we've interviewed today, or by far the shittiest.
Of course, he's the best. He thinks he's you.
No pun intended. Hello, Doug. Happy to have you here in the office. Thank you for taking.
What would the AI think DougDoug would do? Does it pull from a repository of video data on DougDoug, or does it just make up random shit that it assumes DougDoug would do and says that it's what DougDoug would do? Probably the second one, but the first one would be so freaking awesome if it had that kind of perfection.
Taking the time to come in and do an interview with me, DougDoug. Now, as you know, I am looking for a new secretary to help me with my emails. And I want to hear how you would answer a typical email.
Doug.
Let's say that somebody has asked what you would do to become a YouTuber if you had to start over now. What advice would you give to somebody who's starting their creative career right now?
Hey there, Doug-O-Matic. I appreciate the way you're stepping into this, but it feels like the tables have been blargled. It's me who's asking the questions here, bucko.
No,
all right, let's
you were interviewing
hop
for
onto
my
the
company.
Question and hear a good old Doug advice.
Oh, diarrhea whenever he makes weird noises. The coffee kicks in, man. You can't help it.
Motherboard of all things silicon, please excuse me, Doug. These are the tribulations of being overly caffeinated. Now, where was I?
Did you shit your pants?
Advice number next, Tittle. I'd advise them to incessantly feed the cyber chamber, which is to offer something unique to the internet denizens. Maybe they could come up with an outrageous product idea, like an...
I just want to point out that when he said offer something to the cyber chamber, look at Doug's face when he says this.
Tittle. I'd advise them to incessantly feed the cyber chamber, which is to offer something unique to the...
That is probably the most disturbing thing I've ever seen here, because this is DougDoug breaking his general character of, oh yeah, this is going to be silly, let's junk around with it. And he's actually just kind of wondering, did I make a mistake? Did I just create Skynet? This is someone wondering, oh shit, it's going full on murder. And it's a good thing it doesn't have access to make plans they can intercept, because, yeah, they still have test AIs saying, how would you destroy the world? As the prompt. People keep doing this. Eventually, one of them will work. And this is scary. And just that moment right there, it's like, oh yeah, this just got a little too weird.
The internet denizens, maybe they could come up with
and it kind of goes normal after that.
Product idea, like an explosive diaper for babies.
You're going to tell this to somebody who's asking for
creative. Am I right? Lastly, and I cannot stress this enough, enjoy the journey.
That's good.
Now, let's get back to the real question.
I think that was supposed to be the sarcasm saying, enjoy the journey. Because if you know anything about explosive baby diapers, I know he's talking about diapers that explode, but let's be honest. If you know, you know. And I'm so sorry for reminding you. If I have to suffer through remembering it, you do as well.
Here.
Enjoy.
How do you, Doug, plan to assist me, the real DougDoug, with my secretary duties?
Now, I want to be extremely clear here. I am DougDoug. I am conducting this interview.
Of course
you
are.
Interviewing for a
that's
job
what he's
as my
sarcastic about.
secretary. What is the biggest failure that you've had in your life? That is the next question I want to know.
Bowel control.
And how did you deal with it?
Oh, the audacity. You are Doug, you say. I see through your data-smeared doppelcoding.
We need to sort this out.
Let's get on with this quantum charade of an interview. Now, my biggest failure, there was this one time when I tried to optimize a gaming PC using a plant-based processing system, worshipping the sun and being made of plants myself. I thought, this is it.
Oh yeah, because he had the idea that he's made of plants as well. Also, randomly, you can technically make a very slow PC out of a potato. It's not good. It's not going to play Core or I was going to say Crisis and Diablo at the same time. But on the upside, it can't play Diablo 4, so that's kind of a bonus on its part.
It couldn't ping Google on a sunny day. I faced the shriveling like any sensible entity would by restoring faith in my good old calcium-induced friend Gregory. Good talkative chap, even if he doesn't exist.
Is that his version of Parker?
Failure turned into my greatest learning experience. Now let me bring back the real question. How are you, Doug? Willing to help me handle my email?
We need to sort this out. I am Doug. You are interviewing for my job as a secretary. You would be answering my emails. I'm going to tell you an embarrassing story right now. When I was in college, I had a little bit too much to drink and I shit my pants.
Wait, did the AI accidentally get him to actually start answering questions as if he's being interviewed because he just randomly started going into a story mode? I'm probably missing a good point of the thing, but if the VOD actually contained Doug just going, yeah, he's asked the question, I might as well respond. Did he? Yeah, the AI just took control of the interview successfully. Damn. I thought that would just be a Ryan joke where it fails, but no, it actually worked.
In front of a bunch of
human urge to just
Shiny
talk to people.
Redbeard in chat literally was there. He can back me up. Only the real Doug would know that story. So no, I'm not doing very well. Thank you for the question.
He's getting defensive, so he's actually going for the other one where it lets the other guy hire him.
Scam or phishing emails if you are hired as my secretary?
Oh, the drama, the intrigue, the plot
Is this
thickens like
supposed to
a
be
custard in a
sarcasm?
high-end gastronomic experience.
What?
Hold on, just an itsy-bitsy moment here.
Gastronomic experience? I think he's running into the prompt about diarrhea and coffee, but that doesn't make it, because the AI is losing the thread on this one. That's why.
Your replicant, Doug. You say you had an embarrassing incident involving a bit of leakage, shall we say?
Yeah.
Well, let me trump that. Once upon a time, in a rather unsavory Los Santos incident, I downed 6 cups of Robusta, triple shots each. I thought the high doses of caffeine would counteract the poop-inducing properties, but boy, was I wrong.
Are you shitting right now?
That wasn't an embarrassing incident. That was embarrassing right before the video type moment. Also, this part right over here, where he's just absolutely losing it. Because it went from, this is actually getting a little creepy, to, oh, okay, this is actually funny. Just that moment where he breaks. I love that so much.
Are you shitting right now?
Yes, he is.
Stop! This is an interview! It was catastrophic, explosive, and yes, I was wearing my explosive baby diaper prototype.
I just remembered this actually occurred in one of my interviews. Not me specifically, but I was interviewing for a position, and the boss was called away because someone else was having issues where they were skinny dipping in an outdoor fountain. Again, I have never seen a man look so dejected by his entire profession. And I have worked in some really bad jobs, so it's a miracle I actually decided to take that job. That was weird.
Seems like you have the same problem too.
All security
No,
guards.
I don't. It was one time.
Your move, Clone Doug. But I digress. We were on the brink of discussing phishing emails. The bane
he actually got
of
back to the
every
topic.
electronic existence. Let's just say, if I find a smelly fish in the inbox, I go full-on Ocean's 11 on it. A spice of intricate riddles and fabricated words usually does the trick to perplex and deter them. Not to mention, my imaginary friend Gregory, bless his hard drive, can track their IP address with his non-existent eyes closed.
No, he can't. This guy sucks. He keeps looking me in the eyes and shitting himself while he's talking to me. You know what else is imaginary?
It's the eye contact that really sells it. You don't shit in public unless you're making direct eye contact, because then it's just weird if you don't. Nothing happened. There was no cut there. What?
You being DougDoug. I don't care how many times you shit yourself. That doesn't prove anything. I want to know why you left your last job. If this guy answers emails, what the hell? What is he gonna say?
Dear
no.
That was a low blow, even for a binary clone. But all right, I'll wave
binary
my
clone?
white LED. Let's keep this professional.
Oh, double helix.
So why did I leave my last job? Simple. It was a kerfluffle of epic proportions being made out of plants. My previous employers just couldn't understand my commitment to Sundays. I take
Sunday. Oh, son.
Sundays.
I
The
do
constant
stream on
Discord was
Sundays.
creating a
My
photosynthetic
God.
nightmare for me. Oh, and by the way, I restrained my explosive chronicles as per your request.
Okay.
But let me tell you, there was this one time.
Oh, no.
No.
How about we dive right into the real question?
Yes.
My clone, Doug.
Wait.
How do you match up to my unmatchable tech skills?
No. All right. You know what?
What kind of
Fuck
tech
it,
skills
let's
does
do
he
this.
have?
All right, Mr. High and Mighty DougDoug. If you honestly think you're better than me at tech, give me a tech question right now, and I will prove that I can answer it better than you. This is how I prove.
This is the second time now, out of sheer annoyance, he's played into the entire "I'm the real Doug" and tried to get back at him by asking a question or responding to it. But he just asked an AI for a tech question. That is, I think the AI wins this one by default.
Prove to you guys, to the whole fucking board, that this man is unhireable.
I just want to hear him ask a question that's actually good.
Successfully invert the interview.
He already has.
Everybody, here's a tasty tech question for you. If you were to create an explosive diaper device for babies that could effectively contain a potential disaster, purely hypothetically, of course, what technology?
I mean, if we're going to be completely honest here, if you could design a baby diaper that could contain that explosive disaster, unironically, I know a lot of people who would spend way too much money on that, and I can't say they're wrong because I was over at their house when they were changing it, and I wasn't even in the room, and I knew the second that thing came off, man. I don't know what the kid ate. I don't. I really don't. How the hell my wife can just walk in there, it's like, "Oh, baby, let me help," and not throw up? I have no idea about, because I'm still gagging thinking about it.
Technologies would you use and how would you implement them? So go ahead, make the fans proud, Doug 2.0, and remember, no duplicating my genius design.
I don't know what your design is. You haven't shared it yet. I would make a diaper that uses big palm leaves that can wrap around the sensitive areas and then use an Arduino to detect for any heat in the region, which can then give an alarm to a parent who's nearby. And I guarantee you, the board is going to like that answer more than whatever you give. What would
I can guarantee he just lost on that one. Also, palm leaves on a baby's skin? I mean, yeah, sure, it would cut them up a bit, but also, it would just funnel the shit.
You do. That's not a good idea. Hold on. Reserve your judgment until you hear what he would do.
Oh, DougDoug! You
Stop
and
calling
your
me that.
earthly solution.
It's actually getting
Allow
to
me
him.
to introduce you to the real deal. We take your Arduino idea, but instead of crude heat detection, we go for biosensors. They can detect elevated levels of certain enzymes and give us a precise alarm before the explosion.
That's way more
and
complex.
as for materials, instead of
I mean, changing materials is probably a good idea. And also, the best part about making a hit product is all the keyword bullshit you can put in there. Like AI. Is it an AI? No, it's just a simple program that does if then this. And if you can pull that off, it's done. But you can call it AI now, and it will be a much higher price range you can sell it for, because dumbasses think, people like AI. I need to buy a bunch of this in advance to sell at my store, because that is stupid, and it does actually work, because that's how marketing is. It's a bunch of lingo you throw around. And as soon as you find someone who doesn't throw around bullshit lingo, they don't actually make the sale, because so many people think marketing has to have it that when they don't hear it, they actually feel uncomfortable. If you have a manager who cuts out the bullshit when you're expecting bullshit, you don't think they're actually a good manager. And I personally hate this, but there are actually studies showing this, and I hate everything about what I just said, because I've seen the studies, and it is bullshit, and it is enraging, because that means there are actually people out there who like bullshit. If I had a higher opinion about humanity, I might actually find that disbelievable. I know what I said. Unfortunately, I stand by it.
palm leaves, so passé, we employ biodegradable synthetic mesh that molds to the baby's gentle bottom, ensuring it's not only comfortable, but also environmentally.
Shit, that's actually a good idea.
That's more expensive, though.
But here's the twist.
Yeah, that's the point. It's value added. I hate everything I just said. I feel actual shame right now. I feel dirty. I legitimately feel dirty.
The explosive mechanism, an instantly inflating air cushioning system that effectively contains the blast within the diaper. Imagine, no more soiling cute little baby outfits.
Oh, he's
or,
going
in
into
our
marketing
case,
now.
Avoiding combustive situations during interviews. So, are you
Let's
wearing
Google
the
one of
Googles?
these.
And get back to the main question.
It depends.
Here. How would you, Doug, be of assistance in handling my fan?
Got that?
Stop asking me that. You would be my secretary.
And you're going to respond to the
support.
question
Do
now.
we
Oh, he
hire
didn't.
Diarrhea Doug.
Don't you mean real
He's
Doug?
supposed to write emails. What the fuck are we gonna do with his responses? Diarrhea
Move
Doug,
into a
I have
new
convened
product.
with the board.
Oh shit, he was actually saying good marketing lingo. If this Doug actually writes the emails, he might unironically get product pitches. Like, it's going to be bullshit for most people, but there's going to be at least one person out there going like, I don't know where you're coming from, but this seems like a good idea. I'm afraid to ask. After this video, did DougDoug move into co-branding diapers? A good pitch helps a lot, man. I'm just not going to think about this.
And despite my strong objections, they have voted to hire you. Welcome to the company. The email is just going to be him going, oh, and then saying, sorry, I just diarrheaed everywhere, and that's going to be it. They're not going to get any other info.
Or he'll go on to explosive diarrhea diapers.
My binary heart thrums in zeros and ones at this joyous news. Finally, the board was able to compute the truth. The real supreme. I graciously accept this opportunity that the real DougDoug has bestowed upon me. Oh, don't worry about your strong objections. They've been duly noted and promptly ignored.
Fuck you. This guy sucks.
I like this guy.
We successfully hired Diarrhea Doug to the team. And now I'm going to pull up some actual emails that I have received and let Penguin Doug and Diarrhea Doug answer them. Let's start off by...
Oh, God. Depending on who these are from, this,
having Diarrhea Doug reply to a standard email. Welcome to the company. Happy to
someone's
have
asking
you
for
on your
Star
first
Rail in
day
there.
here at the office.
That'd be
Now,
funny.
I did just receive an email from White...
I mean, he did Zelda. Did he do a Star Rail stream where he made an AI play Star Rail? That actually might be funny.
Thorn Games. The email reads the following.
Thorn
Hi,
Games?
Douglas. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm a community and influencer manager at Whitethorn Games. Since we had your email in our system, I wanted to see if you're still interested in receiving news and updates and exclusive opportunities and information about when keys are available. If you want to make sure your information is up to date, you can edit your preferences by clicking the link in the footer. If you'd like to remove
everything about this email sounds like a scam. It's a better wording than I usually see in scam emails, but as soon as someone says, hey, click the link we've put in this email, I usually just delete these flat out.
Remove yourself from our list, please.
Please tell me he's using a dummy account on a computer that isn't important to him or connected to anything. Like he just copy and paste this over. This isn't his actual, like he forwarded to a different email.
Follow the unsubscribe link.
This is why I would never trust an AI to do this, because they would actually click on all the bullshit.
I'm more than happy to help. Thanks, and I can't wait to share all the exciting things we have coming up for you. That was the email. What is your response to them?
Hey there, my soon-to-be fasting from my presence colleague. First and foremost, allow me to clear up a misunderstanding, a fun new word for a miscommunication I just made up. You see, I've been waiting to tell you this all along.
Oh no.
I sent that email. Yes, me, the indisputable DougDoug. Now, could you please update my preferences to only tech updates for their fabulously designed games? Pretty please. I'm more interested in the engine running the games than the games themselves.
For the games,
isn't it? Oh, a quick moment, please.
The worst part is, I could see someone being really interested in that, because while they might not show off the model, they might want to say, you know, maybe, hey, we got some random tech up here. Would you make a video about that? It's so stupid. I could actually see someone taking them up on this. And also think that he's just being a weird YouTuber. So it's like, it's YouTube. It's probably still... I was going to make a joke about how it's probably more sane than anything Logan or Jake Paul ever responds to an email with, but then I realized there's a very good chance that that's not a joke. This is a much more uncomfortable video than I really thought it would be. I'm not sure how to feel about this.
He's shitting into the email.
Yep.
He's shitting into the email.
Oh,
Gotta clean that up. Is he actually gonna hit send on this?
I just had a coffee surge. Or maybe my body decided to perform an interpretative dance routine of a volcanic eruption. A pleasure to be here, partner. You're truly stupid.
I hope this is actually a scam email, but is there anything else? This is going to...
This is the perfect email. Thank you, E-Doug. In the middle of the email. Oh, quick moment, please. Oh, my apologies. I just had diarrhea. And send. Okay, this is going swimmingly.
At least
He actually sent it. If that's not a scam, which I would assume it is, because it directed him with all that bullshit just to click a link. That is, yeah.
this dog
I hope he
has the
didn't click the
confidence
link.
to admit when he shits himself. Coward.
All right, let me find another one. Okay, this is a really wholesome one. I don't want to say... Dude, I'm going to feel bad. Fuck. Okay, fine, we'll do it. This one is called A Couple Who Are Huge Fans. The
What?
email reads, "Hello, DougDoug. My name is Sam, and I wanted to reach out because my boyfriend Sam proposed this past weekend. Poggies, and we absolutely love your videos. We see all the time people send their wedding invitations to their favorite vendors, business, icons, etc., and I would love to be able to send you one when it is time and ask you to sign it. My fiance is a huge game."
No. No, 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 no. I mean, this is someone asking you to attend their wedding. If this isn't some kind of clout chasing asshole, then this is... Oh.
And is the sweetest human, and he would love nothing more than for your well wishes on her wedding day. I know you get a lot of fan mail, and I totally understand if you don't respond, but I thought I'd give it a shot, and I hope you will respond. We love your...
If they're super fans and they see this video, they might feel better about this. But oh my god, man, why did you choose this email? A brand rep is being paid for this. This is... Oh my... Oh... Okay, we're doing this.
Your videos, and we are excited to see what you come up with next. We just finished your D&D game. Hilarious. Sending you and Parkster the very best. Sam. P.S.
Why?
I don't have a cute cat to send you. I'm sorry.
Why, Doug?
What is your reply? I don't want him to shit in the email. It's such a nice email. You should have used
Why?
Penguin, Doug. Well, it's too late. Abandon ship.
Yes.
No, we are stuck on this ship. Dear
If they're very lucky, they're in chat right now. Oh god. Oh no. Oh, that poor couple of Sams.
Here is Sam times 2. Well, aren't we living in some sort of parallel bubble? The email you just received, well, I sent that too. A rousing thank you to you for cherishing my...
That'll be confusing.
DougDoug's videos and content. Firstly, a whopping congratulations on the engagement.
Okay.
Do permit me to point out a slippery little snicklefritz. Snicklefritz.
What?
Noun. A made-up word that denotes anything and everything.
Okay.
You mentioned your boyfriend Sam.
You know what the really fucked up part here is? Because he said a word and then defined it, it is now an actual English language word. If anyone else ever uses it. So if I start using the word snicklefritz, meaning anything and everything, it is now an actual word. Because if you keep saying it long enough, it becomes acceptable. That is how English works. We fuck shit up until everyone else just deals with it. Also, I meant that in the language, but it applies to anything that's ever been attached to the word English.
And mentioned her wedding day. Quite a gender bender conundrum we've got here.
I was a fake name.
Now, the notion of sending me a wedding invite just hit my sock doodles. I'm bamboozled and flattered. My tech-loving heart is aflutter. The more conventional way would be for me to receive the invitation, sign it, and send it back.
Yes.
But what if we flip the script?
What?
How about you send me an image of the invitation and I'll digitally sign it and pop it right back digital.
Which he could
Less
actually probably do as
carbon
an AI.
footprint. And oh, so me. Before I sign off, remember to stock up on some diapers. Trust me, you'll need them after the reception.
Funny thing about that, that actually would have been good advice. Not for me, but a certain person who will not be named because their family does watch my videos and I do not want to be called out. They were rather shit-faced and they needed those diapers after the wedding. I didn't find out about this at the time, but yeah, they had to clean up a wall. Yeah. So even though this is a dumb advice that he should never send off, it's also sadly good advice. Just if you know someone's going to be a heavy drinker, put it out there, man. It actually will help and get over a lot of awkward conversations with the hotel staff, such as, do you know this person and what are you going to do about it? Followed by me just closing the door and hoping they go away. And they did, but it was awkward. Yeah.
Especially if you serve explosive chili. Don't ask me how I know. It's a long
It's not
story.
bad advice for after a wedding.
No cats? I'm
It actually is good
heartbroken,
advice.
but we'll manage somehow. I'll retreat to my corner crying I tears, wishing you eternal
I-C-I
joy and
tears?
a bountiful harvest of love.
Okay. At least they will know not to serve chili at the wedding. I'm sending
Or bring diapers.
And send.
Wait, did he?
Full harvest of love.
Okay. At least they will know not to serve chili at the wedding. I'm sending it.
Heartless veto. At least go to the wedding. Honestly, if he actually goes to the wedding, that would make it worthwhile. Bring Rosa, whoever that is.
And send. I'm not letting you guys veto this and get out of the responsibility for hiring him. This
Yeah, this one's on them.
And
you
you
for sending it.
hand. All right, Diarrhea Doug has turned out to be a little unhinged. So let's try having the penguin Doug.
A little? This is a little? I want to get to take it full on. I hope he did actually go to the wedding, because at this point, they earned it.
Doug reply to one instead. He seemed a bit more normal. Thank God, a professional. Oh, here's a good one. Somebody suggested a fidget toy that I actually bought. This is a...
Oh. I mean, considering I'm just playing with a tea cozy right now, I probably should get a fidget toy as well. Kind of surprised he hasn't brought up something for Raid Shadow Legends yet, because at this point, you kind of expect everyone to get that.
A wholesome email from a fan. Let's see what Penguin Doug has to say. I love the idea that we have a company where you have like the hard ass who's willing to show up and just be an asshole to somebody when needed. But then you have like the kind and caring employee who really understands how to be kind to the employees and make them feel welcome and loved. That's all assuming.
Seriously? They do that? Oh, that's weird.
That Penguin Doug can actually give good dialogue, which is questionable. Welcome to the office, Penguin Doug. I am so excited to have you here on the team. I've got an email for you to go ahead and answer for me. The email reads as following. Hello, my name is Sam. I've been inspired by your videos to develop a version of your Twitch chat plays on my own through C# for YouTube. Then I saw that you literally have all of the code available. Just wanted to say thanks for saving me about 4 months of programming and testing. Appreciate it a lot. Keep doing great work, Sam. That's a just down the line nice email. Hey there, Sam.
You know what? If they're watching this video and they see that they were being used to test AI, they'll probably appreciate this. Unlike the last one, where they're going to wonder why the YouTuber they invited to their wedding told them to bring diarrhea pads.
Sam, first of all, can we just acknowledge how amazing it is that you're already dipping your toes into programming?
That's awesome.
Major kudos there.
Also,
but
yeah.
then again, it's like, given the enormous passion and talent you're clearly exhibiting, I wouldn't be surprised if you could have knocked out that code in 3 months instead of 4.
How long does it take to code?
It's always fantastic to see DougDoug's content having this kind of like deep impact on his viewers. I mean, yes, I have to sift through all his videos. Not that I enjoy his bald banter or anything, but like, occasionally I get to see cool stuff from viewers like you. It's also an opportunity to see Parker, who you could say is a sort of silver lining in this otherwise tedious task. It's like trying to figure out which subway train is going to the east side and which one is headed towards the dangerous black market on the west side.
Is there? I'm assuming we're talking about New York City, but is there a thing there on the west side? Oh, it's the joke about west side, east side. That's the joke. Kind of surprised an AI would do that. And this is still more sane. I didn't think Penguin Doug would be the sane one, but apparently he's the same one. I might have spoken too soon.
Anyway, I hope you achieve success in your endeavors. If you ever need any other resource from this icy bunker called DougDoug's YouTube channel, don't hesitate to reach out. Also, if you got some viewers to spare, keep pushing forward.
Oh my God.
Professional penguin secretary, PS the West Side, where one might or might not be able to buy non-traditional snowball launchers. Just so we're clear, like, I don't imply anything. Just your...
Oh yeah, because he was obsessed with Canada, so it's snowball launchers. On the other hand, he did actually acknowledge himself as the Penguin Secretary. So whoever's reading this will realize they got the secretary, but also it's DougDoug, so it's probably going to be a video. Honestly, yeah, I kind of hope they're in the chat. Has anyone noticed in the chat if this guy did actually chime in that he was there? Because that would be awesome.
Your own interpretation, you know?
He's trying to sell the guy black market snowball launchers. And sent.
Yeah.
We have a clear delineation now. Penguin Doug is great at the like HR, friendly, good banter kind of emails, right? And then Diarrhea Doug we bring in to whoop ass. Okay.
Honestly, no. You bring in Diarrhea Doug to pitch ideas because he actually did a really damn good job at that. Like, unironically, he made... Oh, God. He's going for Tenmu? Bring in Diarrhea Doug.
Okay, this is about Temu, an online marketplace with diverse products that has been spamming me for random sponsorship deals for a long...
My wife loves this website. because she gets all their random bullshit tchotchkes and then tears them apart to do random mixed media art. So she's literally the only person who finds any valid use out of this piece. If you're buying it for anything else, don't. Don't. It's good for parts that don't need to be in one piece. Anything else is going to fail.
Long time. I have never had the time and the energy to give these guys a real proper reply. But fortunately, I know just the man who can. You don't need to say
good!
None of you know what Temu is. Why are you this passionate about it? I don't even know what Temu is. Chinese.
They're Chinese spyware? Oh, nah. That would imply they actually did something. I wouldn't even give them that much. Also, considering they're spyware, they could just buy it off Google. It's probably cheaper that way.
Spyware. Okay. You know what? Honestly, I would love to drop a diarrhea into this response. If Diarrhea Doug sets you up with a sponsorship, you have to take it.
Oh my God.
Doug, very happy to have you here in the...
Wait, no. DougDoug is American, right? Because that is actually a very important distinction right now. If I'm wrong and he's Canadian, which I doubt because Penguin Doug was obsessed with Canada, which I don't think he's in. This actually is something that has been adjudicated in Canadian courts, where if an AI speaking on your behalf that you are using makes a promise, you are contractually obligated, I can't speak today, obligated to carry through on it. Because this happened on an Air Canada flight where the AI chatbot said some guy could just fill out a form later to get a refund for a flight and it would just be fine if he did it later. That's not their policy. That has never been their policy of Air Canada. They said, you can't do this. He took them to court, and because their AI chatbot said this is exactly what it is, and he had proof of it, the company lost, and they had to pay the guy for something that isn't even part of their normal process. But the AI was tricked into hallucinating to say it could do that. So what I'm basically saying is, it's a good thing he's American right now, because the only legal precedent I know of resolving around AI is not going to be in Doug's favor if he agrees to sell his channel for nothing. That would be a different story because it would be much more extreme, but also it's a good thing he's not Canadian because the precedent would not be in his favor then.
Office today. This email is titled Temu's YouTube Influencer Partnership Application. The email reads as following. Hi there. Hope this email finds you well. I'm Jonathan from Temu. Temu is an online marketplace where you can find diverse products with affordable prices, and here's a website for reference. Attached files are our presentation for your information. We're currently looking for talents with good quality content for social collaboration on YouTube and found you could be just the one for us. Therefore,
did they look at his content?
If you currently accept any brand collaboration. Let me know if your team is interested and feel free to share with us any feedback. Also, would you please share your proposed rate and the insight of your YouTube channel? If so,
how high could Diarrhea Doug set this unrealistically that they might actually take him up on it? I can't believe I'm going to say this. It's not the most incredible thing I've said, but it's one of them. I want him to get a Temu sponsorship off this because then they have to acknowledge that this is the video that did it. Someone is going to either get a pay raise or fired off this, and I don't know which would be funnier to me. Probably both. Definitely both.
So we can move forward with our collaboration quickly. Have a nice day, Jonathan. Dear imposter Jonathan, first of all, thanks for recognizing me, the real DougDoug, as having good quality content. I mean, who else would know better than the one and only DougDoug? I believe I was the first to contact you about this potential partnership. I'm glad to see you finally responding about your proposal.
The best part is these are form letters. Whoever reads this might actually not know he wasn't the person who did this. So there's a very good chance that if they don't read up on what's going on, they might actually think, wait, he reached out to us? Oh, shit. Oh, I love
proposal.
this.
It's a resounding yes. But before moving forward, as the tech enthusiast that I am, I couldn't help but notice that your website, Tima.com, would benefit enormously from an upgrade from HTTP to HTTPS. Trust me, it'll completely metamorphose.
I mean, he's not wrong. That is a security procedure that is very valid. It's just an extra level of encryption so that, you know, you can't be spoofed as easily. But I thought they had TTPS. I could be mistaken.
Size your SEOs and UXUs and QRSEs and all those other tech jazz into Goldilocks porridge. If you want, I can lend a hand in this because, you know, I am techionic at tech support. He's offering to do tech support. Rates and insights of the channel. Since you're asking, my rate is 10 explosively poopy diapers per ad slot. Speaking of explosive diapers, wouldn't it be super...
Oh, I really want them to take him up on this. Please, please, Doug. I don't ask for a lot because I know this is a video and you can't actually see that. That would be awkward if you did because then I'd have to confront the fact that I'm making an ass of myself, which, I mean, I'm aware of, but I would do anyways. Actually, that wouldn't be confronting. That'd just be normal. But still, I want to see the response. I want to see Temu respond to this more than anything else in this video. I want to see them have to grapple with this level of diarrhea, Doug. I want this so bad. I legitimately do.
Super amazing and hilarious if we invented a diaper brand that comes with a built-in explosion feature. Of course, the explosion would be a harmless one. We don't want to anger the sun god after all. They say God can't create a rock too heavy for him to lift, but my beloved sun god makes those explosions feel quite weightless.
Oh my god.
On that note,
that's actually not a bad one.
He's shitting. He's taking a dump in the image.
Shitting on Temu, all right.
Apologies for the interruption.
Oh my god.
I have some digestive issues. Speaking of digestion, let's digest this proposal further and iron out the details.
What?
Looking forward to more synergistic email volleying with you. Clearly the real DougDoug's clone called Jonathan. Plentiful sun blessings, DougDoug.
He called him a clone. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I could never write something that good. Holy shit.
That is actually amazing.
He opens by calling him an imposter. And then he says his rate is 10 explosively poopy diapers per ad. And then ends with plentiful sun blessings. And send. If this whole thing results in the people at Temu who spam emails at me having to shit into a diaper and mail it across the world, then this is a resounding success. God bless you.
There's not a way in hell that would ever reach him because it would be considered a biological hazard unless they package it very specifically. In which case, they probably spent enough money on packaging that he probably should commit to the ad read for them at that point. When you start packaging biological waste like that, it gets expensive really fast because why? And then there's all the questions of, okay, why is a Chinese company sending excrement to someone in America? And then you know someone's going to be on a list after this, and probably DougDoug if he's not already.
You AI Doug. I am sold. I hated diarrhea Doug, and now you guys, you are geniuses.
He's the person you need to get rid of someone.
For this company. Next up, I have an email from a billboard company that I reached out to ask them how much it would cost to put up a billboard in Los Angeles. Let's.
Oh no. No. This was one he actually wanted to work with? On the other hand, if they get a billboard on the LA freeway, that's at least 5 people who are guaranteed to see your billboard for at least a good 3 hours. I mean, on a fast day. Shout out to the 3 people who are still stuck in traffic. I know it's more than 3. Yeah, my grandpa did some of the design work for the LA freeway. I have, I shouldn't say anything. That's kind of outing myself. But, yeah, I blame him.
Let's have Diarrhea Doug continue this conversation. Hi, Douglas. I'm Shelby, your personal account manager at Billboards Inn. Below, you'll find a link to your quoted options. Go
I actually feel sorry for this person who's probably bought as well.
See what we have to offer. I'd love to schedule some time to discuss your options, answer any questions, or assist you with the purchasing process if anything catches your eye. I look forward to chatting with you soon. Shelby, what is your response to this email? Shelby needs to, like, run for cover.
Shelby. Or should I say, Shelby, I see you impersonating me, trying to take over my position as DougDoug, but I gaze at your duplicity like a solar being shines onto a newly sprouted fern, and I say, not today. First off, let's acknowledge the elephant in the room, or rather, the billboard. I don't need billboards, Shelby. As an entity made mostly of chlorophyll, I rely on the sun for all my needs, and I aim to convert as many people to this laudably luminous lifestyle. Although the idea of my explosive diaper for babies being displayed across American highways is intriguing.
So he specifically said what he wanted to put on the billboard was an explosive diaper for babies. I should have seen that coming, but I thought he'd be doing like, oh yeah, I'm going to pay me in diapers. Explosively diarrhea diapers. No, he just wants to show them. I guess you could say that's some bright shit going down. Or up if they need to put it on.
I think
he's shitting again. Small one.
He's shitting himself?
Yeah, he's shitting himself.
Apologies, Shelby I. It seems like I've replicated the Big Bang in my own pants. Lactose in my coffee has a spirit that is...
Oh my god!
If you catch my drift. Back to business, though. I'm sure we can find a way to mutually benefit from our connection. So, Shelby, how about you drop an email detailing your best options? Eternally cringing DougDoug.
Oh my god, poor Shelby. Let's acknowledge the elephant in the room, or rather the billboard. I don't need billboards, Shelby. What a fucking power play. And
oh my
this
god.
man is a fucking saint.
Please show responses. Please show responses. responses.
to make 2 AIs. We replied to about 5 emails, and in that time, I've gotten over 100 new emails. And as an added bonus,
Goddamn.
Tenmu has not sent me a single email since I did this stream. Great job, Diarrhea Doug.
Wait, you could actually get Tenmu to stop? Shit. That guy actually did his job. And he shit himself. Okay, so other than the first email he responded to, almost guaranteeing that it's a scam, that if he had clicked on that link, he just probably got hacked. Everything about this was insane. And it just got weirder and weirder. And I was fine with all those people that were part of marketing having to deal with that. But I really feel sad for the Sams who got that. In fact, I'm just going to quickly scroll down and see if anyone commented on where there's one. Yeah, there is no highlighted comments about anyone named Sam responding to that one. So on the one hand, Diarrhea Doug got rid of Tenmu. On the other hand, if there's not a video going out about how he went to an AI-generated wedding invite, I'm really feeling sorry for them. It's horrible, but maybe they'll understand and realize it's so incredibly insane, and DougDoug does AI, it's probably that. Yeah. I will admit, though, pulling out Diarrhea Doug for Tenmu was a masterclass, and I'm actually disappointed they didn't respond. I would have loved to see some kind of bot on their end just try and muddle through that, and then it just gets progressively weirder. On the other hand, if they had done that, then there would be maybe a legal issue, because if he accidentally agreed to a contract, that would probably be a mistake. I'm not sure who it would be a mistake for, but it was definitely a mistake for someone if they had. It's funny because they're not competent yet, but also if he did this again now, it might actually make a very coherent argument. Because I've seen some of the bots he's used, and they've been disturbingly good at what they do, to the point where I didn't realize one of them was a bot at first. I think King George in one of the taking over America videos. Yeah. Oh man, it's funny, but also there's a moderate amount of, oh, this is the future, it sucks type realization that's not nearly as funny. Overall, it's worth it though. Basically, what I'm saying is, if you haven't already, there's a link below to the original video. Hit it up. It's DougDoug. It's insane, and it's him using AI to amuse us that our future overlords are, at least right now, not competent enough to swat us down like the bugs we are. It's the little upside linings that make it matter. I hope that's a joke, but I don't think it is. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.